plank every day for a month. See what happens to your body. I'm sure you've heard it all before. Planking is a full body workout. You can totally transform your body in less than 5 minutes a day just by planking. Well, I've definitely heard it plenty of times, so I finally decided to try it out for myself. Here's what happened when I did the 30-day plank challenge. Oh, and be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications to join the bright side of life. I've always had a love-hate relationship with my weight, and it's not like I didn't feel happy with my body. It's just that I've always had a couple of extra inches around my waist that I was not opposed to getting rid of. But like anybody these days, I just never had the time to really commit to the gym or do a full-on workout. So again, like a lot of people, I turned to the internet for some quick weight loss options. And that's when I came across this article about the 30-day plank challenge that's supposed to tone you up in just a month. I was like, okay, let me get this straight. All I have to do is just one quick exercise a day to get my dream body before it's time to flip the calendar? Yes please. And that's when my experiment began. I have to say, everything was pretty chill for the first week. I planked for 20 seconds on the first 2 days, for 30 seconds on days 3 and 4, and for 40 seconds on the 5th day. I made sure to let my body rest on day 6. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling pretty great by the end of week 1. Planking every day was already starting to lift my mood and give me the energy boost I desperately needed. I knew that I could hold my plank for a lot more than just a few seconds, but I followed the rules of the challenge and waited patiently for a real challenge. Well, week 2 definitely delivered. On day 7 and 8 of my experiment, I held a plank for 45 seconds. On days 9, 10, and 11, my goal was to do it for at least a minute. And that's when my confidence kind of faded. I suddenly saw how difficult this challenge really was for my body. But this reality check only made me that much more determined to see this thing through. On day 12, I held a plank for 90 seconds and rested the next day. I almost reached my breaking point during the following 6 days. On day 14, I planked for 100 seconds, and day 15, it was 110 seconds. My core was quaking like crazy, and my eyes were glued to my phone, waiting desperately for the timer to hit 0. For days 16 and 17, my plank was 2 minutes long. It went up to 2.5 minutes on day 18. Day 19 was a much needed rest day. At this point in the experiment, I started to really toughen up, not only physically, but mentally too. I started focusing on my daily goals more and working towards them immediately, instead of drowning in procrastination. This sudden boost in motivation and work ethic was certainly a pleasant surprise. After a little rest, I perfected my 2.5-minute plank on days 20 and 21, and then challenged myself to a 3-minute plank on days 22 and 23. It was around this time in the experiment when I noticed that the tension that would usually build up after sitting at my work desk all day was gone. I mean, who knew that planking had so many benefits besides better muscle tone? On days 24 and 25, I held my plank for 3.5 minutes and took one more break to let my muscles rest before the big finale. For some reason, the last 4 days were way easier than I thought they would be. On days 27 and 28, I did a 4-minute plank and already noticed that my abs were a lot stronger than they'd been at the start of this experiment. Honestly, there wasn't that much of a difference visually, but I could feel that holding my plank was a lot more effortless than before. On day 29, I planked for 4.5 minutes and finished my experiment off on day 30 with a 5-minute plank. I gotta be honest with you, it'd been a long time since I felt so proud of myself and so good about my body. Now that my experiment has come to an end, I'm pretty sure I can answer the one question you're all probably wondering: was it worth it? For me, it's an absolute yes. Of course, I didn't end up with a six-pack, which is a real bummer because I was kind of expecting that for some reason. But I definitely feel way stronger and healthier. Another thing that I've noticed is how much my posture has improved. Apparently, planking is really helpful for that too. As for my little bit of extra inches around my waist, they've almost disappeared entirely. I read that regular planks actually stimulate your metabolism, so I figured that's probably how I managed to lose some weight, especially considering the fact that I didn't change my eating habits at all. But that's not the best part. What really surprised me was how much my mood and general approach to life has changed. I became way more confident and determined to not only finish the challenge, but to change my life for the better as well. I learned that when you treat your body right, it inspires you to do the best you can in any other aspect of your life. This simple exercise gave me that inner power and strength, both physical and mental, that I've always been looking for. If you want to try this experiment out for yourself, there are a few more things you need to know. First of all, don't be afraid of variety. Doing the same thing every single day gets a bit boring after a while. That's why I usually switch my planks up every 2 or 3 days. You can do side planks, back planks, dolphin planks, or caterpillar planks, to name a few. Changing things up won't hurt the efficiency of this challenge one bit. In fact, it'll engage even more muscle groups in your training, giving you even better results. Another important thing is your diet. To put it short, the healthier it is, the better. Like I said, I didn't change my usual meals, but I lead a moderately active lifestyle as it is. Oh, well, that's if you count walking the dog for half an hour a day. Plus, my diet isn't the worst. What I'm getting at is that sitting on the couch all day eating junk food, but planking for a few minutes a day isn't going to magically give you your dream body. Actually, if you try to stick to a diet of your choice while taking the challenge, you'll probably get even better results than I did. Keeping your calorie intake low and eating the right foods that'll give your body the nutrients it needs will only help you out even more. And finally, don't forget about your doctor's permission. I know the plank seems really basic, but that doesn't mean it's without risks. For instance, did you know that an improper plank form can lead to injuries? That's what I'm talking about. So, make sure to talk to your doctor before you begin the 30-day plank challenge, especially if you're slightly overweight or have heart or back problems. Your doctor will tell you whether this experiment is advisable for you and give you all the necessary instructions and precautions. If you're new to this whole exercising and plank thing and this challenge is way too hard for you, it's okay. You can always go slow and do the plank challenge for beginners. It starts with 20 seconds on day 1 and builds up to just a 2-minute plank by day 30, not the 5-minute one I did. Once you've done this earlier version, you can then give the one I did a try. But most importantly, listen to your body, and good luck. So, are you going to try the 30-day plank challenge yourself? Sound off in the comments below. Don't forget to give the video a like, share it with your friends, and click subscribe to stay on the bright side of life.